Welcome to the Thunderfunking DotaCast. Holy shit, it's a meepo. I'm Cranberry Thunderfunk, and this is Arrow vs. Scythe in the TI4 SEA Qualifiers. And if you didn't know, SEA means Southeast Asia. I think we have ourselves a bit of a troll game going. Earthshaker banned first to support that meepo first pick. Have to say, good to get rid of the Earthshaker, especially if you're going to first pick meepo. And you can see how quickly Scythe is drafting. I'm not sure if at this point they're actually out of the qualifiers, but we're definitely going to find out. I'm excited to see this game.
10 seconds remaining.
Arrows start with a Lich and a Nyx Assassin, which is fascinating. Lich, very good versus meepo. It's extremely difficult to micro against Chain Frost, unless you're lucky. The only thing you can really do is throw out, is to position preemptively for it and have meepos in separate groups, and then hope that the Chain Frost doesn't bounce between the groups, and that way you can just focus on separating 2 or separating 3 properly. Ember Spirit is one of the things about meepo as a pick that makes him so difficult is there's too many bans that are required. There's so many things that you have to pick or have to get rid of or have to, make sure that you've accounted for. And Ember Spirit, Gyro, those are both really good against meepo. There's a couple strategies for meepo. You can go for high single target DPS with something like a Lion. A Nyx certainly works. Not quite as effective as Lion or Lena. Or anyone else with high damage single target spells. But those work. The other strategy you can go for is lots of AoE. And Gyrocopter and Ember Spirit mean that all of the meepos, all of them, are going to be taking lots of damage, and that makes it that much more difficult to keep meepo alive for Scythe. In general, you have to rely on one being significantly lower than the others, being the one that's being focused. Poof him out, swap in the new one, poof him out, swap in the new one, over and over again. And the AoE on Arrow is intense. So Scythe needs to be able to punish what Arrow's going for, which is an extreme lack of stuns. They've got the Impale from Nyx, they've got a slow from Gyro and Lich, Searing Chains. That's, it's not really significant. And Scythe goes tankier. They've got an Elder Titan who, strength hero, naturally survivable in general. And I like the Earth Splitter with meepo as well. Bring people together, topple on that Earthbind. You can really get a lot of people locked down. They've also got the Axe. He can be fronting for meepo pretty well. I think it's something that meepo does need, is someone to distract away from him, because he's just such a target. Just the pure amount of visual clutter that meepo adds to the game makes him just impossible to ignore. And having someone like Axe that can stand in the front and try and force initiation on someone besides meepo is a great idea. Scythe will round it out with a Mirana, and they've got a very strong mid-game lineup. Late game, things get a little dubious up against an Ember and a Gyro, but that's really not until, I would say, past the 35-minute mark.
Prepare for battle.
So we will have to see how this turns out. I think Arrow's draft it's pretty strong. They have lots of just easy damage is the thing, and they have some survivability. Ember Spirit's not easy to gank, Timber's not easy to gank, Gyro has high natural move speed, and they're even going to have some trouble pushing thanks to the Lich pick. Meepo's an incredible pushing hero, but he's not going to be happy about ice armor. Miracle's actually gone boots first, and you can see he's revealing himself right now in the lane. Perhaps trying to bait out a little bit, but boots first meepo. A fascinating choice. Have to see how this goes.
30 seconds to battle.
So, going to the lineups. Forgot to do that last game. I guess I sort of did. I just did it late. First time casting Arrow, so I'm going to have to figure out these names. Mozun? Mozun? Mozun. On Lich, going off lane appears to be... No, he's just stealing creeps, because they've got the Timber Saw. Shangxi. Shangshai. I'm gonna go with that. On Timber Saw, we've got DDZ on Ember Spirit. Johnny on that Nyx Assassin. And Lance on that Gyrocopter. For Scythe on the Radiant side, we've got Polson. On Mirana, X-Freedom on Ancient Apparition. Chibi on Axe. Miracle on that Meepo. Miracle Meepo. And Hana on the offlane Elder Titan. Haven't seen offlane Elder Titan in a little bit. Still very strong. Still good. Very good. It looks like it's actually going to be a dual lane for Arrow. Which is a little bit nervous for Meepo. He definitely requires those early levels, and you can see the supports are leaving him alone for the time being. Appears that Chibi is going to be focused on jungling. He's got that stout shield. And one of the recent buffs, I believe it was 6.78, might have been 9, for Axe was... No, 6.79. Increasing his base health regen, which helps a lot with jungling. A lot. There's been some talk about the change of the pseudo-random distribution for counter Helix, and the analysis so far is that the Valve has done the pseudo-random distribution perfectly. So at lower percentages like this, it does result in exactly the same amount of procs over time. Whereas for higher proc rates like Vanguard, which is supposed to be 80%, that still ends up being something like 67%. So that is that's a little unfortunate in my mind. But the real problem actually is Axe's win rate has dropped, despite that being one of the only real changes to him in the most recent patch. And that's because of the cooldown on counter Helix. So when you put the pseudo-random distribution on it, it guarantees, it limits the amount of procs straight in a row. But because of the cooldown, you're already missing some attacks that are stacked on each other. Oh, Miracle has got to be careful. He's got to be careful. Lots of harassment coming from Zhangxi right now in this bottom lane. Invis picked up by Chibi. They could rotate the middle, try to find something. They could also rotate the bottom. I do think they could find kills if they so desired.
I said no.
I feel very nervous. I don't want to miss anything going on in this bottom lane because it's very important. But there is a rotation to mid. DDZ gets taunted up. Are they going to try and continue this chase? I don't think they have the damage for it. So, but yeah, because you're actually in short periods of time where you're taking a lot of auto attacks, it decreases the chance for consecutive procs. And that means fewer procs overall. It means more effective jungling for sustained damage. And actually, there's a more fighting going on mid, but X-Freedom is here to help support his teammate. Throws out the chilling touch, and the right clicks. Are they going to be enough? Yes! He almost disjointed it with the sleight of fist, but wasn't quite enough. Almost kills Polson as well, but it does go first blood towards Scythe. And he will bottle crow his way back to victory. Miracle even doing a rotation, sending a Meepo up towards top. Very dangerous move. Very dangerous move indeed. He does have his Tranquils available now, so lots of healing. Could catch Johnny here. We'll see how good Miracle's micro is. He might even just pull the lane for his buddy, but may just be creating a 2-1-2 here, which I think would be the signal to bring one of these supports into the bottom lane. Start harassing out this Lich and Timber as much as possible. Looks like a DD available for X-Freedom. It's an unfortunate thing to miss for DDZ. That kill slowed down his level 6 a little bit, and those remnants are very important. There's an Earthbind onto Lance. They're right on top of him right now. He brings in his Meepos for the poof. Oh, but now they just switched to going on Johnny. There's so many targets they could go for. It's a little bit hard to focus, but the Rocket Barrage is just too strong. It's too much damage. Meepo is really good against Gyro early on. One of the strengths of Gyro is that Rocket Barrage. And with with multiple meepos, is able to distribute that damage much more evenly, and that makes Rocket Barrage much less effective. It's still a lot of damage, though. It's pretty intense. Miracle, when does the next one come? I can't remember. I want to say it's level 8? Maybe it's level 10. I can never remember. But he's working his way towards his next meepo. It is going to be a little while. He's still level 4. Looks like Scythe is basically taking control of Arrow's jungle right now. Searing Chains on Pulson. Click for a second. The Frost Blast from Mosin might have been enough, but not quite. Pulson really needs to be careful here. If he gets hit with another Searing Chains, he will drop. A 2-1-2 build on DDZ. I think up against a Mirana, you do want one of each. You need the Flame Guard to help defend against the Starstorm damage. And you need the Sleight of Fist. And you need, fighting up atop. They're chasing Lance into the jungle here. Miracle drops very low. He does go down. It's 2 kills going the way of Arrow right now. 3, in fact. A double kill for Zhangji. Zhangzhai. Zhangzai, maybe? I think it's no. X is sh sounds. Z. Maybe it's Zhangsai. We're gonna do that. So, Zhou. Zhou? Trying to remember how to pronounce other Chinese names. I think it's Zhangzai. Yeah. Invis grabbed for DDZ. This could be an easy kill for him if he just gets a couple right clicks. He pops the Flame Guard. There's the Searing Chains. Yeah, this is an easy kill. He's going to try to deny himself to the Ancients, but it's not going to happen. By the Ancients, I mean the neutrals. So, Miracle getting a little over-aggressive at top. Hoping for the kill on Lance, and it just didn't quite happen. So, I think overall things are probably favoring Arrow, especially given that triple kill up at top. With a meepo strat like this, you really can't afford deaths like that. Zhangzai has picked up his point booster. He's got his arcanes. He's ready to start roaming the jungle, which I think is perfect for... And he's actually just going to find a free kill on Miracle. Just rips right through him. Feels like Arrow actually has quite a lot of control in this game right now. In terms of the lanes, it's quite even mid, 33 and 4 versus 33 and 3. In fact, just identical each way. And given the free kill for DDZ on next freedom. Although, Zhangzai dodges the arrow. Do they have the damage necessary? He got one more Timber Chain off. And that appears to be enough to bring him to safety. Plus he had the help from Lance available. The call down would have stopped that aggression pretty quickly. Hana, he's doing alright in the offlane. 19 and 1. Don't expect him to do too well, given that he was up against a Gyro. Did have support from Miracle, and it has been solo Nyx up here for a little while. Arrow, I think, correctly recognizing they need to get to level 6 on Nyx Assassin as soon as possible. It appears that most teams have settled to... they've stopped using Nyx as a hard support. I don't think the Frost Blast will be enough to take this kill. He is fast enough. He can turn around and throw the Remnant and get the extra move speed. But yeah, you don't see the 5 position Nyx Assassin anymore. At worst, he's a 4 with prioritization. Priority for experience, I should say. One thing I like about Meepo plus Axe is that if they're doing stacks together, it's very effective. Miracle can just hang out. Axe isn't as worried about levels as he is about farm. The items are much more important for him. Miracle, is he going to dodge the call down? Does get hit with just barely clipped by it. And does get finished off with the flat cannon. Oh, not even the flat cannon. Just the right clicks. Didn't even need that flat cannon. Scythe will TP top. Moonlight Shadow gets popped. Is there anyone on the map that's visible right now? This is daytime. I think they can just barely see this. And Scythe or Arrow may be aware of what's on the way. You can see Mozun positioning very defensively here. Does have the Chain Frost available. They throw out the arrow. The Spirit is scouting him out. I think it was a bit of a wasted arrow. Now, they throw out the Chain Frost. He's just going to TP away immediately, and this is actually a great TP, but it doesn't work. Scythe knows that he gets the kill with the Whirling Death, and can get the kill, and does. So, I'd say a very sloppy engagement for Scythe. And even down at mid, Miracle goes down again. The first Vendetta put to use, and he's just not able to reliably farm. Scythe tries to fight up at top, but Scythe is just too tanky. This is a Timber Saw. He's got plenty of mana for Timber Chain. He's got his Arcanes and a point booster. This is not going to be an easy kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of posturing back and forth here. Oh, Arrow. Doing some work on the bottom tier 1. This looks like it may even be the first tower to drop. Unusual to see the safe lane tower drop first in a game. They pop the Fortify, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any response. I think they just want to buy time for top. Scythe is really desperate for a kill. TP in from DDZ. He catches the Ember Spirit with the Searing Chains. It's a free kill for DDZ. Poulsen is actually drawing DDZ back into Chibi, but it doesn't look like he just doesn't have the move speed. When you go Tranquils on Axe, you lose a lot of movement speed. When you're taking all that damage, just absolutely has to have a blink. He's not too far from it now. 1,800 gold. That's coming right around the corner. In the jungle here, Johnny. This could be a free kill. Only 790 HP on this meepo. Doesn't have quite the damage, but I'm sure the call down is going to be enough to finish him off. Nyx spotting out more kills. They do get the Ember Spirit up at top. You see Miracle. He's a little sick of the ganking. Ooh. Scythe is a very effective Timber Saw. This is really good Timber Saw play. It's just like no hesitation on the combos and knows exactly how to place it, and he just easily outplays this group of 3 here on Scythe. Scythe on his own may just pick up multiple kills. And DDZ, he teleports in. This should be a free kill. The Earth Splitter actually gets wasted here. It's 100-second cooldown. Used for basically no reason. And that was all Scythe right there. All just perfect positioning and placement on the Timber Chains with Timber Saw. And great timing on the Whirling Death. So really, really using Timber Saw nicely. And I think also just not good assessment by Scythe. They should realize how far behind they are. It's 3-12 in this game right now. Dare I look at the gold graph? Jesus, it's about 7,500 in favor of Arrow. 8,000 experience. And that experience advantage is really noteworthy because they have a meepo. Meepo just generates more experience. That's a second kill on DDZ. We'll see if Chibi's able to escape. He's got a Blink Dagger. The sentry gets thrown down, but the call down now lands on Poulsen. He's already used his leap. He's kind of blown his wad jumping in here, and he is just going to drop. Chibi stuck in the trees for the time being. It's going to be a while before he's able to escape. See if Scythe is able to make anything happen off it. A 13-minute Bloodstone for this Timber Saw. That is a great item for him to have. Blink Dagger finally picked up on Miracle. Important item finally acquired. But Elder Titan goes down again. This may be a dead Lich. And in fact, this is Chibi not able to clean up here. He does find himself another kill on the gyro, which is certainly worth it. And he's stays in range for the golden experience. Zhangji eats the Starstorm and the arrow. There's another TP coming in, but he's able to just there's the TP and the poofs from Miracle. Johnny shows up, actually completely whiffs the Impale. They may just be feeding up a whole platter of kills here. This is bad. Even DDZ's jumping in, but this just looks like a very bad fight. He's already used his Remnant. He doesn't have another escape here. He's got a Sleight of Fist, and that's it. He's just going to feed another kill. So one after the other. Arrow basically feeds most of their advantage here. Even Shyngsai, he shows up. He really wants to get back in this. With that 8-charge Bloodstone, revives almost immediately. Misses the Timber Chain. Throws out the Chakram, which does land. There's no leap available. I think... this could be bad for Shyngsai. There's the Earthbind. He's able to TP down to the to Timber Chain down to the trees here. And he actually comes back up, gets the kill on Miracle. I think realizing that he's just going to die anyways, might as well take someone down with him. Gets a double kill for his trouble. But you know, you just gave up 3 charges on your Bloodstone, which you just purchased. And you're a farmed hero with lots of experience. He's level 14 there. Level 14 at 15 minutes, that's a lot of experience that you're giving up to the enemy team. Those deaths, I mean, more than gold, since he didn't really have a streak going, it's allowing the team to catch up. Making trades when you're ahead like that, kill trades specifically. Ooh, another arrow lands on DDZ. DDZ just gets chopped, and that's it. Scythe will pop the Moonlight Shadow. They could choose to re-engage here. The sentry's available, but they don't want to go in this Timber. He is way too tanky. Nice Ice Blast comboed with the sleep from Elder Titan. It works perfectly. They do manage to finish him off in time. The Chain Frost gets thrown down on just Chibi, but doesn't look like it's going to work out. Johnny blinks in from behind, finishes off X Freedom, but he's just going to feed up another kill. It's a double dunk for Chibi.
Feel the axe of axe.
And Scythe will stay grouped up at top. Start to work on this top tier. Tier 1, maybe get their first tower of the game with these 3 meepos. Point booster on Miracle. He's working towards his Ags. Oh, they really want kills. They are way more interested in kills than towers this game. I have a feeling that this is a bit of a seriously they're taking this game, but they're certainly playing well enough that it's worth casting. Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch. Alright, TP in. The Searing Chains actually missed. Songshai drops very low. And oh, they do manage to take down Jonsai again. This is the 4th time he's died in short succession. Now DDZ is trapped in the trees. He's got 1 remnant available, but he could just get dunked here. Johnny comes in from the side, misses the impale again, throws out the static remnant, or the fire remnant, and it's another dunk for Chibi. Gets the call on Mozun. Huge turnarounds for Scythe. It's a triple kill for Chibi. And over here, Johnny, he's still doing what he can. He tries to find the last hit on Pulse, and he does manage to get it. But Miracle's here. He wants this kill. The Frostbite's still there. It's an easy kill for meepo. It's a complete team wipe. Scythe takes it. Takes it across the board. And huge catch-up for Scythe in this game. Lots of item picks that they so desperately needed. Some of the first items for many of these heroes. Just straight boots on X Freedom. He has 2,200 gold after that last fight. Goes for the Midas. Wants to pick up an Ags this game. Ags just around the corner for Miracle. Blade Mail picked up on Chibi. Mechanism picked up on Hana. All high value items for this team. 2 Bloodstone charges on Shangzai. Damn. Gonna get it down some point. At some point. That makes the Bloodstone pickup just so much less valuable when you spend it on that many deaths, like right after the other. And you have to remember, like, this thing isn't on cooldown. One of those could have been a suicide, which would have made it a little bit less bad in terms of the lead he's feeding the enemy team. I think this death in particular would have been the one to deny himself. Ags picked up by Miracle, gets his 4th meepo. It's level 15, should be 18 in pretty short time, and you'll have that 5th meepo. And that's the snowball that you really want for meepo. If you're behind his meepo, then you're fucked. There's just nothing to do. But Arrow, they basically bring Scythe back into this game by feeding a lot of kills one after the other. Phase Drums up on DDZ. He's so far behind in farm at this point. He has died and gotten picked off over and over again. Just not good use of the Fire Remnant. It doesn't look like he's that comfortable on Ember Spirit, if, you know, at least compared to other professional Embers. A lot of posturing back and forth here. Solo call thrown out. Arrow grouped up at mid. They've got a lot of their ults available to call down the Chain Frost. We haven't seen that combo used much in this game. Oh, Sleep comes in. DDZ, there's the call, the arrow follow-up, easy dunk for Chibi. Their splitter gets thrown out, but Zongshai Does so much damage. Actually gets finished off with the Frost Blast from Lich. Johnny, he's on the run. He had the Ice Blast. Gets taken out immediately. Lance, he popped his BKB super early, and now he's just victim. He will get dunked. It's a double kill for Chibi. This axe makes these kills very efficient. And something I want to point out, actually, with that dunk, you get 40 extra attack speed for everyone around you. Believe? Yeah, that's a 40% attack speed bonus. With meepos? That's so much attack speed. It helps pushes so much. And yeah, it's great for finishing off heroes, but it's that extra move and attack speed that really makes a difference. And Miracle almost goes down to nothing but the chakram. If Zhang-Sai had actually left it in a little bit longer, he might have gotten that kill. DDZ comes in from the side, picks up the Aegis pop. But now he's on the wrong. Zhang-Sai, he comes in for support, but he's just going to feed another dunk. He's just offering himself up on a platter to axe over and over again. Johnny narrowly misses an arrow. Chibi's been playing extremely well this game. Always in position, staying on top of Timber. I have to say, the combo of Ancient Apparition with Axe, it really makes it so dangerous to be low health, and versus a Timber Saw, that's really great to have. Timber definitely thrives at low HP. Miracle. Oh, there's the poof. There's the Earthbind. He's going to try to Fire Remnant out, but it's such a short distance Fire Remnant. Not sure about the value of throwing it so slowly. He's going to pop the drums, but he's going to die. Yeah, he gets trapped in.
Dies out.
DDZ. What's his score this game? 3-8. As an Ember Spirit. Unacceptable. Especially feeding a kill to Miracle. He's now level 19. He's got 5 meepos. He's a one-man army. Looks like Chibi might even be going for an Ags this game. I don't like Ags without any kind of mana regen item because of... well, he's got 800 mana. I guess they did drastically reduce the mana cost on Culling Blade, so maybe it's more viable now.
Structures are fortified.
No real items picked up an arrow in the last 5-10 minutes. They've just given up so many kills. And this is a fight that I think they're happy to take. Scythe. There's the Blinkin from Chibi. Gets a call on 2. Easy dunks. Easy dunks. Walks out with the double kill. The Chain Frost does push Scythe back a little bit, and Chibi does go down, and they have been pretty reliant on him in these fights. But it should mean the bottom tier 1. With those 2 deaths, I don't think Arrow can defend this tower. Miracle, he's moved over to mid. He's got his main Meepo down, Meepo Prime down at bottom.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And so Scythe begins the split push. Zhang-Sai, he might... oh, he just barely dodges the Ice Blast. He would have died if he had not managed to pull himself out there. Lance has popped multiple BKBs for very little return. Going BKB this early and getting so little from it, I don't even know if it's really that good of an item for him in this game. It's just... it doesn't help against Earthbind. It doesn't help against Call. It does, I mean, sure, Ice Blast, that's good. Arrow, sure. But Arrow really just needs more damage. They don't have the damage output in these fights. They were very reliant on Zhang-Sai. I'm gonna get it down. In these fights. Johnny, he finds his Blink Dagger, so that's good for them. This Gloves of Haste on DDZ, I imagine it's going to be a Maelstrom? Yeah, that's a fine item. Good versus Meepo for sure. Double Ultimate Orb on Miracle. Looks like he may be going for a Scythe of Vice. Zhang-Sai's picked up his Blade Mail. Nothing up on Mozoon right now. X-Freedom actually opts to be going, opts for the Force Staff first, rather than anything else. I thought he might rush the Ags with that Midas, but Force Staff works too. It's a fine item. Looks to be a BKB coming up for Hana. That is an Ags on the way, not a Bloodstone. Yasha on for Pulson. Looks like oh, they're going to run straight into each other here. This is very good for Scythe. They've got theirs is not a smoke. The call down gets dropped. Chibi drops very low. He gets focused down. The split from Scythe. They're forced to go different directions because of the call down. And there is the Chain Frost, as well as the Chakram. Zhangzai wants to finish off this kill. Miracle will drop from the Chain Frost. Tons of kills in this game, going back and forth. Terrible fight for Scythe. It looked like it might be a good start, but the call down is so strong. Lots of AoE. They can't fight in tight corridors like that. I think they realized as soon as they saw a Lich, like, oh fuck, there's going to be a Chain Frost, and we will just get shat on. The call from Chibi wasn't quite enough. It's fine to land it on the gyrocopter, but really needs to be taking out other people first. His damage is not that scary. He's only just now picked up a Demon Edge. The call down is really the biggest contribution in that fight. The next fight, certainly, it's going to be much more important. But need to take out these other targets first. Removing DDZ and Zhangzai from these fights so quickly seems to have been very effective. And they will stop the chase from Chibi. Do they have an Ice Blast? No, they've already used it. It's a very aggressive play from Chibi. But that is what they need. They really can't afford to sit back and just let things roll. There's the Maelstrom for DDZ. Miracle, he's not... I mean, he's got the major portion of the Scotties so far, so not too far off from that. 2,300 gold on Lance. I imagine... could be an MKB. Could be a crit. I think crit would probably be a little bit better, given that he's not up against any butterflies anytime soon. Could be facing a halberd on Chibi, but we will have to see. Ooh, Johnny. He gets hit with the Ice Blast, the Earth Splitter. Dodges the call. It was a bit of a stretch for Scythe, but blowing those cooldowns. Earth Splitter's 100 seconds. I don't know about this use of Earth Splitter. There's the Impale on Chibi. Gets stuck with the Searing Chains for the moment. They drop the Sentry. The Moonlight Shadow is not going to save him. Is he going to be able to get a dunk here? He does! He almost just walks out, but Zhangzai, now he's on the run. Scythe will clean up 3 kills here very quickly. Wow. Focusing on Axe, bad idea. Especially DDZ, jumping straight in on him. That's just a terrible idea. He's so weak. He has no HP. And just feeding a dunk to Scythe, that's so much attack speed, so much move speed. You can't run away from the enemy team when they've all been given basically a haste rune for, what is it, 9 seconds?
Dire's top tower has
Speed
fallen.
duration. Yeah, 6 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under
That's
attack.
huge. It's actually a Sanj and Yash on...
Dire's middle tower has
Sanj
fallen.
and Yasha, I should say, on Pulsen. Interesting pickup from Mirana. Certainly works, especially if you go for the Maelstrom build. The illusions can be really nice for pushing, but in this game, Manta style may just mean more bounces on Chain Frost, and like on the one hand, yes, you're absorbing more hits. If you're gonna take all 10 bounces anyways, then it's kind of useful. But if you're going for more DPS, Sandinash is just straight up more single target damage. It's more HP, more move speed. It's more of a killing item. And I think I definitely approve of it. Although, this looks to be a dead Pulsen. Demolished. There's nothing to say about that one. Miracle, for the most part, is keeping his meepos as 4. Using his meepo prime. In one other lane. His experience collection at this point is totally fine. He's level 23 at 29 minutes in the game. And his net worth is pretty fabulous right now. He's actually got the Eye of Scotty. He goes for another ultimate orb. I wonder what this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be... It's not a sheep stick. Is it a Lincoln's? The jump in on Hana at bottom. Yeah, it should be an easy kill. The mechanism will keep him alive for the time being. A jump in from Chibi. The Ice Blast to follow up. He could get so many dunks here, but not quite. Not quite. So close, Arrow. One will get finished off with the Frostbite. That looked like it could have been such a turnaround. It will stop the push. They just needed a little bit more damage. This is where I might wonder, like, I think a Shiva's might be a better choice for Chibi. However, in that circumstance, with a 625 kill threshold, he probably could have gotten at least 2 of those off before he went down. So, you know, come see, come out. Shyungsai going for that Shiva's, looks to be 2100 gold as well as a plate mail. What is this going to be? It must be a Lincoln's. It could be a Manta style. But if you really want to dump stats onto your meepos, the Lincoln's is a little bit better. In terms of single target abilities, there's not a lot to be afraid of, however. So maybe it's a Manta style. I don't know. Haven't really ever seen Manta style on meepo before. I mean, why not? More meepos. You're already building a lot of stats anyways. And you get more slows. I don't know. It could work. Plus, it makes Meepo Prime just that much stronger on his own. And actually, you know, I hadn't thought about this. That's that much more confusion. You now have 7 Meepos to be looking at. Which one's the real one? You have. It's really hard to identify which one, and you can definitely bait out some abilities with good illusion placement. So. I'm rooting for the Manta. I think Manta's a great item. Haven't seen it before. Hana working on a BKB. Ags finished for Chibi. 625 kill threshold. That is basically 2/3 HP of Lich. It's not going to be too useful against Gyro. That's well over half HP on Nyx Assassin. Oh, Miracle. Can he get the poof off? Nope, the Searing Chains will interrupt it. He does go down. Gets picked off again. Not a lot of vision for Scythe. In fact, almost no vision. They've only got this one ward in the jungle here. Whereas Arrow has really great vision. They're maintaining pretty vigilant coverage of the map. And when you're split pushing like that, it's important. Important to keep the vision.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Moonlight Shadow gets popped. See how Scythe wants to run this. Oh, this could be big. There's a buyback from Miracle. The Ice Blast. Who will it land on? Lands on 2. The Earth Splitter lands on 1. Gyro immediately taken out of the fight. There's the Chain Frost. The Blade Mail actually doing a fair amount of work. But the Chain Frost bounces not going to be too effective. Shyungsai. Oh, the Earthbind so close. So close. Oh, man. That definitely would have been a dead Timber Saw. Great engagement by Scythe. Good use of a Moonlight Shadow, getting the Earth Splitter. They didn't even need a big call in there. The Ice Blasts have been really well landed in this game. Really well used. Oh, there's a jump in from Chibi. An easy dunk. Can you get one more? The sleep. It's there, but it's not enough to keep Pulson alive. However, Miracle is just going to go straight on to Mozun. Easy kill. And was that Meepo? Meepo? Or yeah. I believe they took Roche already. I can't identify Meepo Prime. Yes. Does have the Aegis. This is a super strong Aegis carrier. So 2 down. 2 went down for Arrow there. Giving up the kill on Pulson is not ideal, but Miracle is really the one that matters for this specific moment. The 33-minute mark, this is the peak of Meepo's strength. He's just hit 25. He has so much more stats than everybody. He's so much more farm. Scythe needs to end it sooner rather than later. I mean, they've got items coming up on Pulson, which is a big deal, but when it comes to the right-click wars, Lance is going to win handily. He's got that MKB. He's got a Reaver working towards a Satanic pretty soon. Once he has that Satanic, it's going to be very, very difficult to kill him. They'll have to get the Chain Stun, which is possible given that he's looking at a 5-second BKB. Can't just man mode through these fights all the way through. Shyungsai's finished up his Shivas. Johnny looks to be, could be a Dagon, could be a Force Staff, could be a Necrobook. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nothing on Mozun. Just that mech. DDZ. He finished that Mjolnir a while back. It's a nice pickup. Throw that on Zhangzai. It can work out pretty well. Shanghai. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Maelstrom picked up on Poulsen with that Sanjin Yasha. I think is a very ideal pickup. And there's a jump in onto Lance. It is in fact. Oh, Chain Frost gets thrown out. Lots of creeps here. I don't think this is gonna be a very effective Chain Frost. However, Miracle, his Meepo Prime is so low, it's gonna be forced to back out. So Miracle actually opts for the Scythe of Vice, which I can't criticize that choice whatsoever. In this game, certainly very effective. And having Scythe of Vice on any carry is just so strong. One thing that is consistent, kind of a consistent theme over the years with Southeast Asian as well as Chinese Dota is the continued recurrence of Scythe of Vice on carries. It was once the case that we saw Scythe of Vice as a core pickup on heroes like Anti-Mage and even Faceless Void. Depending on the game, but certainly frequently. There's a jump in from Miracle with this Blink Dagger. Can always find... Always able to find the sheepstick target. Which, I mean, I think that is another strong reason to have that. If you have someone with the Blink Hex is just so good. Chibi jumps in, right under Zhangzai. There's the poofs. Oh, he's taking so much damage from the Chakram plus the Blade Mail. He's got to be careful, but he still has this Aegis. I do believe, yes he does. So they can take him down, but I think that would really be okay with Miracle at this point. Just bring all his Meepos back to full health. The Chain Frost has already been used. There's the call down that flies in. Aegis has been popped. Chibi, he's dropping to the Rocket Barrage. He will go down. Hana, he's on the run. Starts to channel the stun, leaving Miracle to focus down the Gyro on his own. Scythe, looks like they might take this game. They're going to get the top racks. 3, 4 down on Scythe right now. Looks like they played it just perfectly. And he immediately rotates to mid. Extremely efficient movement here by Scythe. They're going to get 2 racks. The fortification not available for a long time. And Scythe looks like they're going to take this game. I have to say that Arrow have not played well this game. On many fronts, Zhangzai feeding up so many kills after a great start. DDZ, honestly, I think maybe even a worse offender in this regard. Constantly poor placement, poor use of Fire Remnants to ensure his escape. Even his placement of the Fire Remnants was just not very effective. It's not worth it. Okay. X-Freedom clearly feels that they have won this game. We'll see what he tries to spell out. Yeah, I don't think either of the teams were taking this game too seriously. This is a more of a serious draft from Arrow. I mean, if you're picking... Gyro is not like a, hey, let's have fun pick. So... What is it going to spell? It could be in another language. See, I can't tell. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'll just check on it later. Man, you don't pick Gyro and say, hey, let's have a fun game. Let's pick Gyro. Yeah, it's a fun hero. For fun times. But Arrow haven't called the GG yet. They smoke up. Head towards bottom, but Chibi backs out. In time. Satanic is available for Lance. I don't know if it matters too much. It is possible for Gyro to come back from 2 racks down. Has to go for the Rapier, though. He's a long ways from such an item. Looks like DDC may be building a Battle Fury pretty late. Normally you want to build that earlier on. Miracle, he gets caught. And it should be an easy kill. He poofs in. Wants to make this fight happen, and he does manage to pick up a kill for it. He does drop. Leaves Lance on his own for the time being. Zhangzai manages to get the pick off on Chibi. It's a 3-for-3 engage overall. Poulsen's still alive. Hitting hard. Has to be careful of the Chakram. The Whirling Death actually manages to finish him off. Zhangzai gets the better of that engagement. Walks out with a triple kill. But a 4-for-4 engage. That favors Scythe. You can see the damage they're taking here. And no buyback available for Lance in this game. So all of their trash buildings are going to get cleaned up. They're going to start taking damage on the tier 4.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No, I have no idea. Zhangzai on the chase right now. He knows that so many players are off the map right now. Hana is just food. Has no TP. Has no BKB. Will attempt to sleep. Can he walk away? Can he walk away? This is actually a really good direction for him to run because there's so few trees that are efficient for Zhangzai to run to. He can chop his way through and try and cut off the path, but we'll be forced to back off. So good choice of direction. If he'd gone down, he definitely would have died. Going up certainly saved his life there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Definitely takes a lot of practice to know exactly how to play against a Timbersaw. Learn how to treat the vector on the... You say expert, I'm almost trying to deny the regen rune to Hana. That's cute. Oh, do we have a courier stat going here? Oh, we may have a lot of couriers coming. Yeah, I think Scythe are definitely out of the tournament in this game. That's unfortunate. Because they do play well. And, I mean, it's a pretty good Miracle Meepo. Give them that. Goldgraph, you know, whatever. XP. Whatever. I do want to point out, you can see that's Miracle catching up right there. Oh, and there's a fight. Call down lands on 2, Earth Splitter on 2. Chibi and Mozun taken out of the fight very swiftly. The Chain Frost continues to bounce around, but Miracle is plenty tanky enough to deal with that without worrying too much. Lance still alive, pops the Titanic. Oh, cannot handle the poof damage plus the right clicks. Miracle is a beast right now. A buyback from Lance. Wants to get back in this as soon as possible. May find himself some kills for it. And this Meepo is going to drop. Wait, no, he's able to poof out. Just barely. Oh, no. The rocket's flying. Where's the rocket? Oh, Poulsen managed to intercept the rocket. Might have killed the Meepo. Unlikely, he could have just killed it with the rest of his Meepos, but... Oh! Miracle! Gets finished off with the call down, finds himself a kill for it. The tier 4s are down. This is an exposed ancient. Arrow, despite their early lead this game, they got so few towers. They got 2 tier 1s, and then never left their side of the map. Yule's on Chibi. I think that's a really good item for Axe. Sets up easy calls, provides a form of disable that's not quite as expensive, gives him the mana regen he needs to chain Cole. Yeah, going Battle Fury after a Maelstrom, and especially after a Mjolnir, get the Battle Fury first. It's going to be more efficient for purposes of farming. Well, might as well just stick with the chain lightning you get. Not to mention, the only damage that Mjolnir has comes from what's on Maelstrom. Right? Did they change that? No, they didn't. Okay. Miracle, he's officially 6-slotted. That Scythe of Ice. This is about as farmed as you can get for Meepo. There's no item pickups in here that you would really want to swap out. I think the only major differences would be to go for a heart. But Zhangzai, I'm sure. Yeah, where's the dunk? There's the dunk. Surprising how easy they're able to kill this Timbersaw. I thought they would have a little more trouble with it, but they don't. Blinking from Chibi. Yeah, wow. That is a dead gyro. Very shorter. Scythe will take this game. 52-45. 44 minutes in. That's Wow. I wish I could see more of these teams. I really wish I could see more of these teams. Wow. Well, a very entertaining game. Clearly not taken totally seriously by these teams, but that's... I think we're not going to be seeing any Ember Spirit from Arrow in the future. I think that's one clear indicator of this game. Or at the very least, DDZ will not be playing Ember. I know that much.